On this week's What's Your Story, I took a trip over to Abbeville, where a local butcher learns alongside his father how to run the business that has been in the family for over a half century. Just before you get to downtown Abbeville sits a small store, overlooked by a royal hog and ran by Neil Richard. Before it was Neil's, it was owned by his father.
He actually started the business in 1964, moved to this present location in 1967.
And the store has been in his family for over half a century.
And he retired in 94 when I took over, and I've been here since.
If you'd asked Neil when he was a kid if he thought he'd one day be running the family business, his answer would have been a hard no.
I was in college at the time. I was working with him in here, just cleaning up, basically not doing any of the hands-on things. I was a cleanup guy, but again, had no interest.
Life, though, has a funny way of working out.
My dad started talking about retiring. I just couldn't see the family tradition dying out, so I decided to go ahead and take over.
And even though Neil had certainly grown up in and around the store,
when I was about 3 or 4 years old, she could hear me giggling. She'd come over and ask me, "So what are you doing?" She said, I'm throwing lettuce into the bushes," because they had the garnish or whatever in the front. And I was loading the lettuce up into the showcase. So I've been around for a while, yeah.
There were still plenty of lessons to learn.
I was intimidated at first because not having any true instructions on how to do it.
Having a chance to learn those lessons right alongside his dad.
A great influence on me, able to show me things to do. That's again where I learned to do this. Thank you.
Some of those lessons a little harder to come by than others.
It was challenging at times because I had my way of wanting to do things, and of course he had his, so we never saw eye to eye all the time.
Lessons that vary from the careful slicing, carving, and preparing of meat.
If you can take apart a deer, you can take apart a calf. It's just on a bigger scale.
To keeping the customers happy.
How to treat the customers, take care of them, and they'll take care of you, and just to work hard and do the very best that you can.
And he's certainly happy with the decision that he's made. And with kids of his own, who knows? The Richard business may stay in the family.
I have one son that has expressed interest, but if this is what God has for him to do, I'm great with it, but if not, I'm good with that too.
In Abbeville, I'm Daniel Phillips, KATC TV3.